Well, we all caught our breaths and are back. Tried to rest my voice the best I could. Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on the LI Sports Network with Ryan Brannigan. I'm Brady Campbell. Our final game of the evening, varsity matchup between the 3-9 Ward Melville Patriots and the 4-8 Connetquot Sayville Thunderbirds. After a wild back and forth overtime affair, which West Islip secured a point but fell in OT against KPC. This one, two teams in a very similar spot. They played once this year. It's a 6-4 win for Connetquot Sayville, and I expect more of the same, another tight game.
Absolutely, Brady. And just to comment on that last game, we witnessed KPC stealing a point, or 2 points, should say, from West Islip. It was a fantastic game to remember performance from goaltender Tyler Sapoff, as we have the goaltenders in this matchup. One of them donning the C for Ward Melville, and looks like Dorian in between the pipes for Connetquot Sayville.
Yeah, it will be Andrew Stempel, as you alluded to. He's played in 11 games, starting 9, 4.42 goals against. He's 3-6-0-1. Well, he is another goalie, certainly on the radar of the All-Star Game Skills competition coming up. And I believe that's 45 who would, or there are two goalies, so my apologies. We'll see. Could be one of Riley Hanley, number 45, or Dorian Mason Dorian, number 75. Hanley, 7 games started. Dorian, 5.98 goals against for Hanley, 5.74 for Dorian. 2-5-0 for Hanley, 2-3-0 for Dorian. As far as the stat sheet goes, it's pretty similar. Connetquot Sayville can pretty much take their pick.
And it appears Hanley has started, was that one more game? I'm not good at math, but is that one?
Two, he started 2 more.
2 more than Dorian? Trying to guess who will be the starter tonight. Last goalie off the ice is somewhat of an indicator. Not sure we'll get one.
It's going to be Dorian, and it will be number 75. Mason Dorian gets the nod against Stempel.
Now, two teams, as you mentioned, Brady, hungry for a point.
Or two.
A win.
Would be the ideal
It would.
situation. Last time out for Connetquot Sayville, 6-2 loss versus East Islip, who has just been on a tear up until last night against Smithtown Hopong. Well, you certainly want to keep an eye on the leading point getter, Joseph Volani. He leads in both goals and assists with 11. He had 2 goals in that last game. 6-3 loss against Middle Country for Ward Melville on December 5th. 2 goals in that one for Timothy Kazarik. 6-game losing streak for Ward Melville. They're trying to snap that. They're wearing the whites. Connetquot Sayville in the reds as we're underway. Thunderbirds controlled the face-off, but gave it away as they brought it in. Curley. And now Kazarik. On the watch list top line for the Patriots. Here is Kazarik. Gave it up. Taken away by Logan Booth. Now backhanded back out. And down the ice could be a 2-on-1 hustling back to move it away that time, though, was James Fisher. And has some help on the back check. Where Melville starts it back out. Their longest win streak of the year was when they were 2-0 to start the year, but they've had 2 losing streaks. They won their first 2, lost 3 straight, won 1, and now have lost 6 as a turnover. Booth scores! Booth gets Connetquot Sayville on the board just 55 seconds in. A quick goal for Connetquot Sayville.
Going to the diner, get me in a booth. And Logan Booth in the right spot, in front of the net. Stempel, that's a tough first, real difficult save to make. Off the feed from beneath the goal line to in front of the net. Booth makes no mistake, 1-0 T-Birds.
Another slight voice crack there. As back in comes Ward Melville trying to tie the game.
It's a weird time, Brady. But you know, changes are coming.
Here is Burke down the boards. This is a Connetquot Sayville team off to a good start tonight. They've lost 4 of their last 5. So both these teams on a little bit of a losing streak or a losing streaks type of scenario as Villani streaks in. Throws it out towards the line. Shot had 2 players in front. Neither Jackalone nor Petrie could reach it. Puck free behind the goal. And this is Gavin Bicel. Up top, Petrie. Shot blocked. 3-on-2. Leading the charge is Rayleigh. Paragoski and Burke with him. He tries a shot. Andres got in the way. Back for Burke. Burke towards the goal. Slowed up and stopped by Dorian. And he gets the cover. Connetquot Sayville, they've given up 5+ goals in every loss this season. So Dorian, definitely a player to watch tonight. And Ryan, if my memory serves correct, I believe he was a former player of the Smithtown Hop Hog program.
You would be correct.
I figured you'd have the answer because my memory sometimes slips me. It appears with the players' former teams, as there's been a lot of change this season, especially going into the varsity level for a lot of players.
And you'll see that especially amongst the goaltending group, too. If you happen to be in a geographic location where there's 2 really good goaltenders and you find yourself as number 3, would you rather be number 3 or go somewhere else and be number 1, maybe number 2? And that's what Dorian has decided.
They made a save off of, or on Inkland, I should say, right off the draw.
It's obviously Smithtown Hop Hog with Pring and Caradonna.
Save made. Inkland jammed the rebound right. You want to talk about all this change, Ward Melville, with their players moving up to varsity, certainly missing a certain number 86 from their JV team last year. Brett Spires, a Hop Hog High School native, going back with his native team, if you will, as this is icing against Connetquot Sayville.
That, and on the JV squad, you had Connor Gerard light it up last year en route to a very successful regular season for the Patriots. He has moved on to a private program, not playing in the Suffolk County Hockey League this year. May return next year. It's the inside scoop I got.
This is Errol Barilski. D to D and out. Will this one go on goal? No, miss another icing.
See if Ward Melville can take advantage of these icings. Another offensive zone faceoff coming their way. It all starts with a faceoff win. A lot of talk in the hockey world of the importance or lack thereof of faceoffs. I, for one, think they're very important. And you get a faceoff win, you get a set play, could get a goal.
I completely agree with that. I have heard that chatter a little bit too.
Odd, isn't it?
For sure, a crucial part of the game. This is Frisch in his skates. Have the pass blocked. McFadden takes it behind the goal. Michael McFadden with his grandfather in attendance tonight, up to Frisch, who had it knocked behind him, and now Villani takes it back for the T-Birds. Captain of this Connetquot Sayville team. Around it goes, and cleared out by Misoletto. Villani down the near side. Takes a sharp angle try off the outside of the post.
That's what we're going to see from Villani tonight. He will take a lot of shots, and for good reasons. Got a lot of power behind him.
He comes right back in. Just missed that top corner.
What'd I tell you?
Booth has got the only goal so far. Just over 4 minutes gone in the first period. Backtracks with it here as both teams complete changes. Barilski up the wall, comes back to him, and from the correct side of the red line, just hammers it deep. And the Ward Melville captain, Andrew Stempel, out of his goal to play it. Barilski under pressure from Kazarik. Had some help. Kazarik now from the circle, fanned on the shot. Centered it. Off the stick. Boy, you want to talk about power on the shots. Timothy Kazarik not to be outdone. Didn't quite get to see it that time, though. Acker had that pass thwarted, and back in comes Fisher. Takes the long shot, goes wide. Angles it back towards the front. And hammered out by Connetquot Sayville once again, and this is another icing call.
Yeah, you mentioned TJ Kazarik, one of the top scorers for Ward Melville. He's going to need to be on his game tonight if the Patriots are going to etch out a win. Making the jump up, I believe, from the freshman team.
A little bit of a delay here as everyone gets set. Puck is down, and Rayleigh had to avoid playing that with his glove as it comes around for Barilski. Goes up the boards for Volani. Coming in to put the pressure on Benjamin Schleider. Schleider on it. 9.5 left, period number 1, as Ward Melville starting to press a little bit for the tying goal. Burke taken to the boards.
Credit to Connetquot. Yeah, credit to Connetquot Sayville, really keeping them to the outside.
Wraps it around. Schleider pressed up to the wall by Volani. Inklin banks it ahead. Burke gave it up. Volani retrieved by Schleider, but out to the line, and the shot misses. Jack alone. Down to the boards. Quick passing play. Tic-tac, but there was no toe as Volani got tied up.
Not going to have any toes soon with how cold it is here in the rinks.
Rayleigh over skates. Jack alone collided with Bicel. Slowed up the rush up the ice. Volani turns back in. Tried to drop it off. Didn't put enough on it, and Burke took the puck away. Goes back for Lagonegro, and now McFadden steers it wide of the cage. Kazarik down for Inklin. Booth took it away. Logan Booth, his 6th goal on the young season, or the fairly young season, already about 10 games, a little more than that played. This will go down the ice, no icing, and Booth the first one on it. Looking towards the front, doesn't see any options, and how about that? Looks like a no-look pass towards Andres. Might have preferred to look because there's a little behind him, but now a shot from the point gets through. Stempel made the save. Jack Frisch gets it out. Petrie under pressure. Frisch towards the goal. May have been redirected as TJ Kazarik was driving around the net, and the net got dislodged.
Yeah, good idea. Bang, bang play. Kazarik nearly deflecting that one past Dorian. Dorian well positioned despite the rapid turnaround in the nature of that play. Another offensive zone faceoff for Ward Melville. Haven't really gotten much offense off these draws. See if that changes here.
Tied up in the linesman for a moment. Now emerging Connetquot Sayville. Bennett King drops it off, and now comes to the near side. Aiello. What a player he was back in the lower levels, and he certainly fit right in with the Connetquot Sayville varsity team. To the line it comes. Shot glove down by Fisher. The other captain, skater captain for this Ward Melville team, offside. As Rayleigh went in and tried to come back out as Burke brought it in, and pretty good view of it from up here. Not quite as good as the linesman. It's a close play there, though. Nonetheless, it is a face-off win for the Patriots. D to D and around for Fisher. For Paragoski. Deflects it out. Tom Ford gets to it. Backhands it deep. Schleider is there. Curls back. Banks it on for Burke. Burke puts it into the T-Bird bench. And we get the whistle.
Yeah, look out there. Member of the coaching staff going to hand that puck back off. Players, they're protected by helmets. Coaches, not so much. And cameramen aren't either. As we saw at the LILJ tournament we're doing, our own Rowan Laddick getting pelted by a crossball.
Unfortunately, it wouldn't be the first time. She took a puck to the shoulder as well at Nationals last year. Petrie. We also had another one of our LISN members on the camera at Nationals take a puck up high, and he wore a helmet. It never hurts. It does when you're not wearing a helmet.
Shout out Eric.
Barilski turns it over to Inkland.
Good read by Inkland.
Tries to center it. It was knocked away and brought back out by Paul Wagner. Cleared down the ice. Delayed offside could be an icing as well, and is. With 6 minutes left in period number 1.
A lot of zone time for Ward Melville, but struggling to get real quality chances at the moment. I think they just got to get bodies to the front of the net, look for a deflection, rebound, something like that. Offensive zone chance here for the T-Birds. See what they do.
Alani will steer it behind the goal, and this is Michael McFadden. For Patrick Burke. Patrick Burke, another new member of the Ward Melville hockey community, a former Northport Huntington Tiger. Villani back in. Rayleigh, the former Eastport South Manor JV member. Of course, they do not have a varsity team, so moving up to varsity, didn't have a choice but to switch his allegiances. Same with his teammate Ryan Sawicki. What a duo that was for ESM.
First ever championship at any level in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League ESM JV last year.
Petrie. Down the boards. Comes up back towards Petrie. Now intercepted, and Frisch has Rayleigh ahead. Rayleigh trying to pull away. Luke Rayleigh. What a move, and he tucks it home.
Oh, hide your eyes, because that was nasty work from Luke Rayleigh. Talk about like a juke from a running back. Watch this shimmy shake. Into the back of the net.
Huge goal, ties the game at 1. We even get some sound effects from Ryan Brannigan.
Is that? It's hard.
It was. It was accurate.
That's what I meant to say.
Schleider at the point. Shot knocked down. Rebound taken by the T-Birds.
I can't say that's what Luke said, but you could see it that he might have.
He's doing his best Chris Berman impression.
That's some excellent analysis on my part, if I do say so myself.
I've had a lot of funny moments, Ryan. That was right up there.
Oh, man.
Down the ice. No icing here. Bennett King slowly back on it. Kazarek with the pressure. To the line, Paragoski. Clears it out to Ogburn. Richie Ogburn. It's tied up at the line. They roll legally. Meanwhile, it slides towards the goal. And then able to get through that time was Paul Wagner. Kazarek trying to catch up to it. This is offside as he got knocked off his stick right at the line. McFadden couldn't quite hold it. Jack Frisch gets the assist on the goal for Rayleigh. And for Rayleigh, it's his 6th goal of the season.
He'll take the face-off here against Villani.
McFadden banks it ahead. And this hustling after is Carter Tom Ford. Now Inkland. in the skates of Burke. That was close to offside. The linesman didn't have the best view of it as he was all the way at the half wall. But Burke was able to maintain the line with his skates. Now Villani, a tough angle try. Stempel stayed with it the whole way and comes up with a big stop. Giveaway again. Villani turns, gets to the forehand in the slot. How about that save from Stempel and swatted the rebound away?
And got the rebound for good measure. Left all alone in front was Aiello.
A lot of pressure here. Aiello looks for the backhand try. It goes high. Villani back to Aiello.
Oh, if he was a lefty.
That would have been a great look there. You could tell he, not really any players all that confident on their backhand, compared obviously, of course, to their forehand, but Aiello wanted no part of the backhand try, I think. He was trying to get it back to his forehand, ran out of time, but now 2-on-2 up the ice. That goes in on Stempel. He plays it away after Vincent Misoletto tried to fight his way through traffic. Big collision. Villani takes Jake Inkland into the boards and now looked for the crossing. And a lot of righties on this Connetquot Sayville team. As that pass, had to reach back for it a little bit. Under 2 minutes left here in the first period. This is Booth. Kazaric clears it out. And here he is. Takes it wide. Always a threat. Goes up top towards Schleider. Comes down to Fisher. Pass didn't get through to Curley. And Villani had Jimmy Acker breaking. The pass got slowed up. Andres. Now Kazaric to Fisher. And now Frisch already with an assist here on the young game, but Curley couldn't find it. And it's an icing with 1:09 left.
Ward Melville getting encouragement from their fans, family and fans in attendance. Did I say fans twice there? Either way.
So?
Yep, well.
We understood what you meant.
That's what I meant.
Late night hockey as the weather outside gets into freezing temperatures. You could only imagine what the rinks is like here tonight. McFadden.
It's not warm.
Clears it out. Could be a chance here. Burke has it knocked to the boards, and then he gets taken to the boards. Final minute of period number 1 as Rayleigh from a tough angle was denied. Burke. McFadden calling for it up top. Instead, Burke just throws it towards the front. What a save on an incredible hand-eye play that time from Bryce Paragoski. I believe it looked below the crossbar, and we'll get another look at it momentarily as Jimmy Acker slides it on goal. Dorian, though, with the left pad save, keeps it a 1-1 game, despite what the in-house scoreboard might tell you.
I was just noticing that, Brady.
I noticed it a few minutes after, and
I don't like it.
still like that as we're in the final 10 seconds of the period. Connetquot Sayville trying to make it 2-1, but this is offside.
I might have to do a signal to the scorekeeper right across from us. Almost like calling for help on a stranded island.
He's locked into the computer.
Yeah.
Booth. Same A rebound score, and now it's 2-1 with 1.2 left in the period.
That should get his attention, right? Off the rebound, go to the net, Brady Campbell.
That has been the theme of all 3 games here tonight.
1.2 seconds left, too.
The backhand try, the rebound.
Not sure if it was his
That's
intention.
King.
Pass off the pad, pop pass as it's called, and that was perfect execution of it.
Well, we've made it to 1-1.
And then this is
they'll just run out the rest of the period.
Now the coaches for Connetquot Sayville have signaled over to the scorekeeper with a 2, saying it should be 2-1, not 1-1, 2-1. And folks, look at that. 2-1.
We love our scorekeepers.
We
here
do.
at the
They
Roots.
do a great job.
Just messing around, but Bennett King from Logan Booth, who's got a 2-point game, and it's a 2-1 lead for the T-Birds after one period of play. We'll be right back with the second here on LI Sports Network. Back for period number 2 on the LI Sports Network. A 2-1 lead for Connetquot Sayville. They took the lead with just 1.2 left on the clock, and obviously you don't expect anything to really happen with a center ice face-off with 1.2 left, but still a little surprising first period. They kind of just ran out the clock in a 1-goal game. But here we are, and nearly 3-1 as Andrew Stempel holds his post.
A great look there from Bizel as off the ricochet in behind. Stempel really had to, as you mentioned, Brady, hug that post like a bear hugs a tree.
Couldn't have said it better myself. With Ryan Brannigan pulling double duty tonight, camera and color, I'm Brady Campbell. Villani puts it in deep. 2 phenomenal games here on the North Rink, and this one shaping up to be another good one. It's been that so far. What a passing play, and we were talking about if some of these players were lefties, Bicel a righty. If he was a lefty, he would have had an open net to jam that puck into. Although you really don't have a choice per se. Here's King.
Wonder if we'll ever see that, Brady.
An ambidextrous hockey player.
Yeah. Yeah, one period with the righty, next period the left.
Chance here, blocker save by Dorian. And it's pinned on the side of the net by Mason Dorian.
It's worth noting that hockey, I think by comparison to almost any other sport, has the most left-handed, so to speak, players within it. Even my dad, who writes with his right hand, was a left shot.
That goes for 2 members of my family as well. Any sport with a stick. My dad and my brother are lefties. I seem to be in the minority with hockey as a righty, as Burke takes the shot and it's swallowed up.
I think I'm too, definitely minority, and I write with my left hand. I throw with my left hand, but put a stick in my hand, I want it in the right.
Well, you're learning more about us here on the air. Back to the game, though. It is a 2-1 lead, and it's a tight one. Sure, don't want to take our attention away from it as Wagner streaks in, trying to make it 3-1. And Stempel makes another big save, keeps his team within 1 here early in the second.
Wagner and Stempel, enough about you. How about us? And great rush up the ice from Wagner and Stempel with the denial.
Puck up on the edge here, thrown on goal. Save, rebound, score! And it's Richie Ogburn. In the blink of an eye, taps home that rebound.
Doesn't get more bang bang than this. Look, the replay, we still haven't dropped the
right
puck
off
yet.
of a face-off, Ryan.
Yeah. Take that, analytics nerds. Go to the net, though, right? Come on, Brady. Go to the net. So I was taking in that replay. It for good reason. See, Ford Melville can muster up a response, finding themselves quickly down by 2.
Richie Ogburn's 5th of the season. And here he comes again, trying to center it for Wagner. It hit a skate. It's a family affair, or so it seems, for Connetquot Sayville. Jesse Ogburn also now on the team. As Richie having himself the shift right now. It's all over the ice as it comes back to Wagner. And he banks it ahead for Booth. For Wagner. Quickly throws that one wide. Centers it towards Ogburn. It didn't get through. Here's Tyler Curley. Skater captain. One of them, at least for Ward Melville. And with good reason. He's had himself a pretty good year so far. Steal by Paragoski. In front, Curley on cue. What a play. Paragoski, the steal that finds the cutting Curley.
Take a look at the slow-mo replay of Curley. Banging in this goal. Watch. What does he do, Brady?
Goes to the net.
That's indeed.
And looks like he slides it 5-hole there.
Indeed as well.
I think anyone would go to the net there, though, when your teammate steals it behind the net, no one else in the slot.
But, of course, and makes no mistake going 5-0 on Dorian, who not much you could do there as a goaltender. That is a nightmare scenario.
Dumped in by the Patriots. Get it back to within 1.
See if they catch any momentum here after the goal.
2 quick goals between both sides. Separated by 1 minute and 7 seconds.
And if you count that goal at the end of the first period, it's 3 goals in a matter of about 4 minutes.
There's McFadden. Intercepted and played out Inkland. Paragoski gets a stick on it, and here's Burke. Or excuse me, that's Curley again. Curley! Couldn't tuck it. McFadden, and hit someone in front.
Oh.
Somehow stayed out, and Dorian scoops up the follow-up try from the point and holds on. Not sure what this hit. I'm not sure if it would have counted had McFadden shot gone in, as Dorian was pulled out of the crease. Not sure if it was by Curley, and maybe not, but that was blocked in front.
Yeah, it was.
By Misoletto.
Huge block for Misoletto. Haven't seen many goals taken off the board for goaltender interference in the Suffolk League. Have you, Brady?
I don't believe I have, although I feel like in general, there's not as much contact with the goalies. Now, I don't know if there's a specific reason for that per se, but doesn't feel like there's often much need for that. The Schleider from the red line puts it in. Come to think of it, I may have. I've seen a fair share waved off in the last season or so. As a jam try, another try was stopped. We get a whistle. Was the net off?
Either way, Burke absolutely robbed by Dorian.
And it looks like the linesman will come in to put the net back on its moorings. And yeah, in tight, not a whole lot you could do besides jamming on goal, but Dorian just great positioning that time. But Ward Melville gets the goal to get right back within 1, and they're pressuring for that equalizer with 10.5 left in the middle period. Bicel over skates, finds it though, inside skates and gets it deep. Bicel holds on to it, banks it out to King. King Wrist shot, wide. Bank all the way out to Frisch. Puts it on the stick of Rayleigh. Burke with him. Takes it deep, takes a check. Rayleigh, Inkland caught in between, decides to drop back and defend Villani, who gets it deep. McFadden up the boards. King was waiting for it. Dropped it towards the slot. Ends up with Jack alone for a moment. Rayleigh the steal has a few teammates ahead. Frisch lost an edge, and he goes down right at the blue line. It's underneath him. He hand passed it ahead. Next touched by T-Bird.
Shocked that play was onside, Brady.
McFadden stretches it out towards Burke. A great read by Tom Ford, but now that springs Rayleigh in by himself. Shot blocked, gloves it back down, trying to get a stick on it again. And it was kicked away by Dorian. Villani as Curley goes down, and the play's offside as Joseph Jack alone in too early. Faceoff will be just outside the WM zone here as Booth goes forward with it. It goes right to Fisher. Shy of the red line, flips it in, and it is sticked away by Dorian, but it was going wide. Hard around goes Petrie. 9 minutes left, second period. Curley gets it a bit deeper. Stretch pass, gets past Fisher, and foot race. Ogburn hustling after it. Stemple way out of his cage. He's able to get back here for a try that gets blocked over the net. Now down low again. Chopped at. Ogburn fires it wide. Ogburn certainly settling in here at the varsity level for this Connetquot Sayville team. This is Petrie. And no player knows where it was. It was right behind all three of Fisher, Ogburn, and Schleider, and eventually Schleider finds it. Curley got it out, looks to the sky after he couldn't get it past Barilski, though.
Would have had a potential breakaway, too.
This is Petrie. Petrie, dangerous play there, but he made it work, and now it's Booth. Booth over the line. Wagner just chops at it on the back end. Inkland defends him. Lagonegro. It's tied up. Booth takes it low. Kicks it ahead for himself. Goes up to Borelski. Shot deflected a couple times. Saves Stemple, and then he robs a player in tight. And the puck is underneath him.
Villani. Can't believe it.
Neither can we.
Gosh, watch the sprawl right there. Sticking out, reaching out those pads.
Keeps it a one-goal game.
Remember that save.
Just 3 seconds past the halfway point of regulation time. And a potential turning point right at the halfway mark.
Really is anyone's game.
This is Andres, ahead by Sell. Kicks it in onside. Gets it deep, Bennett King. And from Villani, turnaround shot. And it's held by Stemple.
I mentioned earlier the power of the shot that Joseph Villani has. And he's not afraid to shoot it as he's been firing all night.
And CSY won the drawback. Now Villani off a stick and over the cage. Burke. Locked up by King. Villani. Right through the crease. And over the Paragoski. Burke tried to feed it ahead to himself, but didn't know where the puck was. And King high off the glass and in. And We get a whistle.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
It hit
They gonna
really
call it an icing?
high up off the glass. I almost had to do a double take to make sure it somehow didn't hit this glass out of play, but I believe I was correct. And yeah, I think you're right. Either that or an offsides, which would move the faceoff all the way down, but that wouldn't make as much sense, I don't think, as the icing. So it is an ozone draw for Ward Melville, and the puck behind the goal comes out to Fisher, just unable to hold the line.
Just showed up a half second too late to hold that puck in. Tough break for Ward Melville.
This is Misoletto towards Aiello. And now Fisher, dangerous pass, taken away Misoletto, shot gloved and held by Andrew Stemple.
Yeah, that was a dangerous pass. One that he'll want back.
Little reminiscent of the pass that ended the second game tonight. A tough break for West Islip, just as their power play was expiring in overtime. Fanned pass led to the winner by Delio. A shot right off the draw from Wagner was stopped. There he is again. Creates some room for himself. Say May, big rebound and hit both posts and stayed out.
Wow. Wow.
Definitely hit the post, and then I was just ready to say score, but that puck just went right across the goal line and didn't go.
That was 2 wows for the 2 posts that went off, and we're going to need to take another look at that because, my goodness.
Frisch in with Kazarik. Throws it towards the goal. Blocked by Ogburn. Stretch pass comes out towards Ogburn. Ready with one tonight. Weaves through. His shot goes high. Third out towards Frisch. And now it's Burke. Gains the zone. Burke. All the way around.
Ward Melville making a change. Otherwise would have had a player on the forecheck there.
Nice move that time at the blue line. Acker leaves it for a teammate. Wagner, his shot blockered away.
Great play there from Jimmy Acker.
Ward Melville with potential numbers here up the ice. 3-on-2. Burke gets around Petrie. Enters the zone, drops it for Rayleigh. Back to Burke. Tried to center it. No one really there in the white jersey as it got slowed up. And here's Villani. Back in. Curls to the circle. Lets it go and missed. Booth keeps the play alive. Late stick that time by Rayleigh, but it comes out to Petrie. Drags and shoots. Blocked by Burke. Lagonegro retrieves. Trying to spring Burke. Goes down, and it is going to be a penalty, I believe.
Yep.
A little bit of a slow arm raise there from the ref, but Burke got taken down, the stick in his skates, and to the power play goes Ward Melville down by 1.
Should we show this clip to the refs in that Vegas Rangers game, Brady?
Nah, I don't
to
think
show them
so.
what a trip is. I'm not salty, I swear.
But what we will show you is this. Acker, ding, ding, swept away by Schleider.
You see me zoom in there. I'm just going to zoom in on Acker for the goal celebration that never happened. Double doink, Brady.
McFadden dangerously trying to hold that line. Didn't, but kept it away from Booth for the moment, who shoots it on goal and thinking about moving it to Stemple, but he thought better of it. Meanwhile, I know we went to overtime in our second game, but I see our very own Kevin Broderick and Wally Mitchell from the South Rink already moving the equipment down to the closet, which leads me to believe that they're done down there, which is...
They indeed are.
Is incredible to me.
They're moving quick on the South Rink tonight. Or are we just moving slow here on the North? Not sure.
Once again, that second game went into OT, and we got another tight one here. Can't complain as McFadden brings it in. Takes it down to the corner. Curls back. Nice pass to Rayleigh. Mishandled it. Takes a bump, and it's just fired down here. And Stemple will try and keep the play moving with his team a man up.
Patriots power play really unable to set up to this point. Nearly a minute gone by in it.
Nice seam pass through to McFadden. Looking for help. Pass blocked off, and it kind of worked out there for the Patriots as it gets poked back to McFadden. Rayleigh returns it to him. Up top, just out of the reach of Kozarek. Booth with a step, with the speed. Logan Booth, he's got one. Does he have two? He does! Booth just pulled away from Kozarek and buries his second. It's a shorty.
Yeah, Booth showing off the wheels here. Pulls away from Kozarek, who's not slow by any stretch. Just inside the post, past the glove of Stemple. And a huge shorty for Connetquot. Sayville puts him up 2.
46 left on the power play, 2:57 left in the period, and a crucial late goal. Can Ward Melville, though, get another quick response to get back to within 1? They still have the man advantage. Steele Wagner. Good save that time. Ogburn, though, batting it around and ran out of real estate. Frisch, errant drop pass. That'll go back on goal. And luckily for Ward Melville, this isn't the final few minutes of the game.
Oh, nightmare power play, though, for the Patriots to this point.
Burke trying to change that. Dips the shoulder, takes it around. Feeds it down low. Trying to get open in the slot. Final 5 seconds pass, fanned on. Ogburn will bring it out. And what a kill this was for Connetquot Sayville as they come back in, but we get a whistle.
Offsides, I believe, is signaled by the linesman. Tough break for Connetquot Sayville, but can't really complain having scored shorthanded to go up by 2. And what was a clinic of a penalty kill for the T-Birds.
Might have had a 2-on-1, 2-on-2 developing, though, there. But close play at the line, and now they'll have to regroup, as does Ward Melville after a disastrous power play. Villani trying to get another. Could be a late backbreaker here in the second if the T-Birds can bury one more. Under 2 minutes left. Tom Ford missed the net. Big rebound, Villani. He's done everything but the back of the net tonight. Oh, and that one, I might have heard, did I hear a bar or no? Glanced off something in front and went over.
Brady, I'm not you. I don't know. Did you hear a bar?
Well, I was also asking you, but I see how it is.
I don't believe that hit metal.
Kozarek. Meanwhile, Ward Melville trying to get a late goal to swing the momentum back in their favor. Curley towards the front. It pops out. McFadden. Kick save. Curley trying to catch Dorian out of position. He didn't, and it was blocked anyway. Villani streaking ahead, scores! Well, there it is. Villani breaks through on a long ways out shot. Makes it 5-2.
Shooter's going to shoot goal if I've ever seen one. Villani doing it all himself, as you mentioned, from downtown, top of the circle.
Oh, my bad.
Well, we're just leaving you in suspense, folks.
We'll look at it again. Slip of the finger there on the keyboard. My apologies.
Like I was saying, top of the circle, and a laser beam, far side.
And that could be a backbreaker as we enter the final minute. Still a full period to go. But how about this second for Connetquot Sayville? Burke from the center, red. Andres flags it down to the line. Fisher couldn't keep it in. Fisher, cross corner dump, half a minute left, and we get an icing. Half a minute left, and we talked about the last goal. Now an offensive zone face-off, and can they get one more here? They'll go behind the goal for Fisher, wraps it around. Frisch, saucer pass, great read by Booth, got a glove on it. Missoleto, though, that's a hand pass. They'll come back out.
Welcoming in Kevin Broderick from the South Rink and Wally Mitchell. Are you feeling if my toes are still there? Somehow they are, Kevin.
Kevin just about ready to get warm. Final seconds of the period. Of course, we saw Connetquot Sayville get one with 1.2 to end the first. Can Ward Melville get one? Not there, and the T-Birds will try to clear. Turnaround shot by Frisch goes wide as they run out of time. And a dominant second from Connetquot Sayville as they score 3 goals, 3 of the 4 in the period, and lead it 5-2.
Game not over for Ward Melville. They're going to need a goal, though, quick in the third period. Try to turn that momentum back in their favor as it's been seized by the T-Birds.
Step aside for a quick break. When we come back, the final 15 minutes of this one right here on the LI Sports Network. And we're back for period number 3, a 5-2 lead here for Connetquot Sayville over Ward Melville. Suffolk County High School Hockey League varsity action on the LI Sports Network with Ryan Brannigan and Wally Mitchell. Fresh off of doing camera on the South Ring, now running board for us here on the North. I'm Brady Campbell. As Ryan also doing color and cam on the North Rink. And Ryan, what a period that was for the T-Birds as they're trying to pull away here late.
Yep, already a 6-4 win against Ward Melville earlier this year. Connetquot Sayville looking to go, I believe, undefeated against the Patriots. They only play them twice. Looking good to seeing that outcome come to fruition, up 3 here in the third.
TJ Kazarek gains the zone. Throws it down low by Sell there. Now for Bennett King, who scored an important goal in the dying seconds of period number 1. That gave Connetquot Sayville the lead back as Curley shot off a stick and into the netting. Getting in the way of that one was Joshua King. Now Acker ahead for Bicel. Redlining in, and that's, I'm sure, what the coaches are instructing their team to do, up 3 now here in the third period.
That's the formula. Get it deep, keep it away from Dorian as best you can.
So now it's Petrie, almost a dangerous pass there as Frisch nearly got a stick on it.
That's a good formula to give your head coach a headache. Defensive zone turnovers, they avoid it there, but
Burke under pressure from King and Ogburn. Helped out by Jake Inkland. Flips it towards the line. Booth waiting for it again. Logan Booth. Around the cage. Down the wall. Gets past. Looks like that's Wagner. And it comes back to him though. Number 89 in the red. Banks it out high for Borelski. Just feeds it right back towards him. It gets by him and behind the goal. Inkland right through his own circle. It comes out Borelski. Shot deflected wide. Petrie on it. Centers it. Cleared away. Burke knocked it down, but Borelski will beat him to the punch and goes across for Booth.
Smart.
Melville, quick change. Sorry, Ryan.
No, smart play.
Oh, and Booth a shot from the slot. Handcuffed Stemple a bit, but he made the save. He got the job done, and Ward Melville ices the puck.
Yeah, just complimenting Logan. Booth didn't like what he saw going into the zone over the line. Takes it back into the neutral zone, regroups real quick, and ends up creating that chance for himself.
Final 12 minutes here. Those Ward Melville have a big comeback in them. As the T-Birds picking up where they left off in the second, just more zone time. That was a tough one for Stemple as it got slowed up a bit and threw off his reaction time, but he fought it off. Curley back in. Curley towards the front. Great defensive stick, Andres. Solid defensive performance tonight for the Thunderbirds. Curley back in front, and the stick was tied up of Lagonegro. Lagonegro tries to take it up top. Kazarek drags and shoots, and it gets knocked up into the netting. And now two pucks beside each other. There's a lot of pucks up there in that corner.
Let's take a look. There's one. There's two. You go over here. There's the third. We'll shake them down eventually. Is that another one there? Yeah.
11:48 left. Villani wins the draws. They retrieve a new puck from the scorer's table. This is offside.
Ward Melville need a spark. That's what they need. And whether that's a great chance or more spark-like would be a goal, but no Sparky in attendance to provide that one.
Inkland, a shot from the outside, swallowed up by Dorian.
That's right. That's an Islander mascot reference from me there, Brady.
It is. It is. We've each given the rival our support a little bit tonight.
A little butchism for me earlier. Is that what they're called?
I suppose. Both had butchisms tonight. T-Birds looking to clear, and they do just that. Jack alone knocks it around Burke McFadden. Drops back and feeds it ahead off the stick of Rayleigh. Rayleigh, can he get through King? He cannot. King, dangerous pass in front, Borelski. Probably wasn't expecting that to keep it away from Rayleigh.
Oh, boy.
This time a less dangerous pass. And it gets back out to center.
Want to see a little bit more urgency from Ward Melville, down by 3. More pep in their step.
Jack alone. Credit to Connetquot Sayville here. Trying to lock down this win as well. Doing a pretty good job so far. Fisher at it, knocked away by Jack alone. Booth behind the net. Net was rattling around as Villani was bidding for a second. It hit someone in front and went up top, and now we get the whistle as
You called it, Brady.
post came off a little bit.
But also, as you mentioned, yes, definitely credit to the T-Birds. They have done a great job to stifle Ward Melville's attack ever since they established that lead back in the second.
Kicked free back to Tom Ford. Shoots easy, save Stemple, and we'll do it again.
Booth really had a great game. Wins that faceoff there. Gets another chance.
Kicked back to Tom Ford once again, who goes behind the net.
Tom Ford brother plays for Farmingdale M3.
Carter kicks it on to Aiello. Curley off the glass and just out. Great effort there by Kozarek. If he played that angle perfectly off the glass in front of the scorer's table, that would have probably been a 2-on-1. Unfortunately for him, it goes into his team's penalty box area.
I've never really thought of that. Yeah, you do have a ricochet off the glass on that side of the ice, outside of the penalty box area, that you don't with the penalty box. Huh.
Booth. Sharp angle try. Stemple ducked, but it missed. Tom Ford throws it behind the goal. Under 10 minutes remaining. And another giveaway. Borelski will just keep it deep. Frisch off the skate of Curley. Borelski beats him to it. Goes around for Misoletto. Off the skate of Kozarek, but as he puts it deep, his teammates are offside. Back in come the T-Birds. Stick lift by Curley. Frisch has Kozarek ahead. The pass, I believe, hit him. No icing. And he locks up with Tom Ford. And eventually the T-Birds in to help. Frisch couldn't reach it. Now he does. Almost did. Booth spins away from him. Great. Nice cutback again.
Yeah, great defensive play there. I just want to highlight that play from Tom Ford again. Gave Kozarek nothing.
Dumped in, and once again, Wagner, and this line will go to work. Ogburn in to help, as well as Nicholas Proscia. Now it's Inkland. Tries to spring Rayleigh. Rayleigh moving in. Gotta have it. No. Stick lift by Andres. Not this time. Wrap try. Burke gets in the crease and it's covered.
What a fabulous defensive play from Andres. It's so easy to take a penalty in that situation. Andres, not only does he remove the puck from Rayleigh, but he doesn't take a penalty either. That's textbook defense.
8:11 left, and we already saw Rayleigh get a breakaway goal, and that's definitely one for the highlight reel. Probably the play of the game so far, if not the Stemple save, which ironically, T-Birds trying to come away with the victory, but the highlight reel plays have been more for Ward Melville. The T-Birds just getting it done the old-fashioned way tonight.
It doesn't have to be sexy.
Well, it does if you want to get on our socials for last night's best. But I'm sure the T-Birds would rather get in the win column tonight. And they're 7:40 away from doing it. Half a period left. Banked out, and Andres just back. It's a couple more seconds. Nearly gave it up to Lagonegro. Instead, it's Proscia who dumps it in.
Yeah, I'm sure Andres.
Oh, look out there.
Yeah, look out.
Giveaway, and the shot fired wide.
Hart might have skipped a beat, but I was going to say for Andres there, nearly giving it away. But Connetquot, Sayville, they've got all the right moves.
Ogburn leaves it for Wagner. Save made. The rebound kicks over to the near side. King waiting for it, but Curley poked it past him. And every time it looks like Ward Melville might have a rush up the ice. The puck just too far out of the reach of the Patriots players, and that defenseman cuts over to make the play.
Yep, credit to the defenseman for being in position and the structure of Connetquot Sayville.
Curley left it for McFadden. Couldn't get through King. Catches back up to it. Has to get to the puck though here. Goes around the goal. Tom Ford, first one on it. Give it away, Curley. Curley just missed. Kozarek racing over to keep it in, playing defenseman here, got a redirection. Curley again looks skyward after that. Tip in front, just missed.
Yeah, beautiful tip, just missed.
Look out, defense in the change. Paragoski pokes it deep. A little bit more pep in their step, it seems, for Ward Melville. Not too many shots towards the goal, however, as looking for a penalty there is Rayleigh, as he caught a stick up high from none other than Dorian. Rather, that's Paragoski. James Acker, better known as Jimmy, steers it in. Oh, look at this. Temple made the save and keeps the play moving. That pass a bit too far out of the reach of Burke, though.
Yeah, you mentioned it before. These passes out of the zone for Ward Melville, which you try to go defense to offense, have just not been clicking for the Patriots.
Just a little bit off that time. Paragoski towards Burke. Around the boards. And T-Birds will take over. And they spring Acker. McFadden, the forward back. Acker looking back door. What a save by Stemple. He's going to have to be perfect the rest of the way. Makes another stop.
What a pass. Stemple. Even better save.
Down the ice. This will be an icing against Ward Melville. With 4:55 left.
Post to post. Stretching out the pads. Showing off the flexibility. Andrew Stemple keeps Ward Melville's hopes alive.
I believe we have a timeout here by Ward Melville. Hopes alive, but hopes dim here with just under 5 minutes to play. But still alive, and no thanks to Andrew Stemple. What a game he has had tonight. On his belly, had a right pad save back in the second. Kept his team, I believe, within one at the time before the goal spree started in that second. And now keeping his team within 3 and still with a heartbeat. Looks like just trying to catch their breath over there and regroup a little bit.
It's going to speculate on what maybe the message is, what's going on the bench, and you said it. More or less, this looks like a catch your breath moment for Ward Melville. They have been getting run around in their own end in this third period by Connetquot Sayville. Credit again to them for that relenting forecheck. Really doing a textbook job of preserving a lead here in this third period.
So 4:55 left, a 5-2 lead. And you would think Ward Melville would have to get one fairly soon for the coaching staff to even consider the goalie pull. Stemple, another awkward, but he did make the save as Kazarik comes back in. He's defended by Petrie. And Rayleigh pinches, forced the turnover. Fisher shot was blocked, and every time it seems like they have a grade A chance. The defense gets in the way. Dorian has been good as well, and here's Villani streaking up the ice, looking to put the dagger in. Acker the shot, save made. Centering pass, King jammed it wide. Curley, McFadden leaks behind the defense. Play developed a bit too slowly, though.
Yeah, you're going to have to start taking a lot of chances here, Ward Melville. You need a goal, and you need one ASALMNOP.
Puck jam towards the slot. Villani has Acker ahead. He hits him. McFadden hustling back. Acker spins. Has Villani with a stick by McFadden. And then has to come over to help again. Fisher. A lot of action here in this late third period. Curley was offside and never got in, though. And Villani comes right back in. Cross corner dump. Stemple got a stick on it.
Stemple showing off the hand-eye.
Michael McFadden. His team in a change. They had to be careful there.
It's very slow change as well.
Also had to avoid the linesman as it comes in. Steal by Frisch. And here comes Ward Melville. 3-on-2 if they push it. Burke. Do they have one here? McFadden back to Burke. Tries to jam it on. And there is Dorian.
Such an unselfish play for McFadden. I would rather he shoot that, though.
Burke. Here is McFadden, and he does shoot it, and he scores. And Ward Melville has life with 2:52 to go.
So there you go, Michael. You've got a great shot. Had a look from the slot earlier, as I mentioned. Makes no mistake off the turnover. As we take a look here. Gets that no-look backhand pass going off a skate. That's what it was. McFadden buries. And Ward Melville. So you're saying there's a chance.
Burke and Paragoski get the helpers. That was a great play by McFadden. Burke just got in a little too tight, but Burke stayed with it. Threw it towards the goal, and good things happened. Puck pinballed around, and who was going towards the net? McFadden finds the puck in the circle and roofs it. And now they can kind of consider pulling the goalie relatively soon, as Burke tried to streak in right off the faceoff, unable to do so. T-Bird faithful wants a penalty. Not sure if we'll get one unless it's super egregious in this juncture. Burke around the goal, centered, jammed, and it wouldn't go.
Oh, man. Just what Ward Melville needed.
Delayed offside, a yellow just at the last moment, realizes it. Stemple calling towards the bench. Inklin gains the zone, takes a shot off the glove of Doreen. Out to the hash marks is Stemple, approaching 2 minutes left. Has to drop back as T-Bird trying to take possession back. Rayleigh wouldn't allow it. Now Booth plays it up towards Misoletto. Inklin couldn't get it all that deep. Now does. And now it's Frisch. Now they have possession. McFadden towards the front. Knocked away. To the bench slowly goes Stemple. It's now a 6-on-5. Pick save Dorian. 100 seconds left. 5-3 lead, and it's cleared out. Not all that far, though. McFadden trying to move it ahead quickly. Fisher ahead for Burke. Just flips it in. And goes in after it. Villani trying to pin it. Couldn't do so. Now gets it back. Curley for Burke. Burke down for Fisher. Fisher in the skates of Burke. Backhander just missed. Fisher behind the goal. Rayleigh tied up. Banks it out towards Inklin. 1 minute left. 2-goal game. Inklin, it gets through. Rebound. What a job by the defense in front of Dorian as every stick was lifted. It comes out. It's offside with 49 and a half seconds left.
You said it, Brady. Great sticks in front from Connetquot Sayville, preventing that second chance opportunity. It was a wall of players out in front. And seems now Ward Melville have picked up some momentum following the McFadden goal. It just seems might be too little too late.
Final minute of play. The faceoff outside the zone. Villani, it catches an edge and it'll curl back wide of the goal. So it is an icing with 42 seconds left and an offensive zone draw for Ward Melville.
Yeah, 42 seconds. Crazier things have happened. But you're going to need that goal basically off this draw.
Who says faceoffs aren't important? McFadden in to take it against Bicel. McFadden tries to go forward with it. It's in the linesman skates. That helps out the T-Birds, and they streak ahead. Deflected on. Ogburn settles the puck and rolls it into the empty net. And Connetquot Sayville will come away with the victory tonight. Second of the game for Richie Ogburn.
Yeah, that'll do it. 6-3 now the score as we watch Ogburn make no mistake. Well-deserved second of the night for him as he's had a number of good chances throughout this game.
The sixth goal of the campaign. Half a minute left. Melville going to drop to 3-10. Connetquot Sayville will get back to one game under 500 as they creep closer to the middle portion of the standings. And a crucial goal for them. Bicel gets the assist on the empty netter. Booth takes a look at the clock, under 10 seconds left, and he'll just run it out. What a game for him and his team. Dorian picks up the win, 6-3 tonight. Connetquot Sayville gets the win over Ward Melville. And they get points 9 and 10 on the season and bounce back in a big way.
Yeah, really impressed by how they were able to put the clamps down on Ward Melville in that third period. Did a good job of cashing in on their opportunities to go up heading into the final frame. And impressive nonetheless.
Well, a 2-goal game with the losing team pushing towards the end. Somehow the least exciting, I suppose, game tonight, but what a phenomenal game between Ward Melville and Connetquot Sayville. And what a phenomenal night here on the North Rink. An overtime thriller at the varsity level, a tight game at the developmental level. What more could you ask for? Well, it is time to say good night. Thank you so much for tuning in. For everyone here at LISN, Wally Mitchell on the board, Ryan Brannigan on color and camera tonight. He does it all. And Kevin Broderick, who just left moments ago. He was on play-by-play on the South Rink tonight. I'm Brady Campbell signing off. The final score, the Connetquot Sayville Thunderbirds 6 and the Ward Melville Patriots 3. You've been tuned into the Suffolk County High School Hockey League right here on the LI Sports Network. Have a great night.